welcome back. Still recovering from that rather mind-blowing loss Elevate had to Optic Gaming there. Again, we said it before, go back and watch it if you did not catch it. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless, Study, and Pac-Man here on our desk. We have 2 more series for you today, but before we get into talking about Reciprocity and Envy, I have a question for the desk, and I'm gonna start with Study. I wanna know, of all of the players in Pro League, who do you believe has improved the most over the entire season?
For all the players in the Pro League, I'm definitely going to have to go with Attach. This is a guy who went through the PLQ and didn't qualify, then found his way onto a team and has just been destroying ever since he's been in Pro League, averaging 1.3s in Hardpoint. The guy's definitely living up to the player that he used to be. Was just that young core champion, and he's definitely looking forward to just taking EG to the next level.
All right, Attach. Pac, what do you say?
I'm going to go with Slacked. I mean, at the beginning of the year, he literally had... It was called the Slack Slam. He was so bad with the grapple. He's so good with Tempest. He wasn't good with that, and he embraced it himself and then became a really solid player. It's part of the reason why Luminosity does have a championship in this game, and he's just been a really consistent player for them. Maybe not the best player on the league, but his role is tough, and he's been doing a really good job of it, especially from where he started in this game.
Okay, Attached, Slacked, Nameless.
I'm going to go with Kenny. I mean, 100 Thieves is the best team in the game, and there was a legitimate argument that he could have been MVP at the last tournament. It was like him, Octane, or Slasher. Who are you picking? And in the beginning of the season, he was getting absolutely roasted by everybody because he was underperforming. He was actually like a bad player in the beginning, and then he just improved gradually over time, and now he's back to that, form that he was in World War II. So I think that he deserves, some spotlight for that. But one other player I wanted to say that none of us brought up is Celium. Aches, no. No, absolutely not. Celium. I think Celium has improved a lot. I mean, he started like 0-11 versus Optic Gaming. A lot of people were very hard on him, including myself when he first bursted into the scene, and now he's been performing at a high level for a few months now.
Right, let's see. We also asked Twitter using the hashtag CWLPS4 that same question, and from Sacrifice TJ, he had a decent Vegas event, did awful at Fort Worth, and has been on a
TJ was frying at Vegas. They lost 4 maps.
That guy's a hater.
Oh my God.
Or is
what does TJ have to do?
Wait, that was like reverse hate. He wanted to say TJ so bad to that. He just said TJ didn't play good at that. I don't even. Next tweet.
Next tweet. All right, moving on.
Right.
Next tweet from Antonio Brack. Mostly due to not being a top player in the beginning of the title, he has an amazing head on his shoulders, and his gun skill isn't something to look away from either. I see him doing big things.
I think that's a good answer. I mean, I never heard of Brack before this season. now he's like a superstar player on the league. I think that's a solid answer.
One more tweet to go. What else you guys had to say from Looney? Kenny, and it's not even close. Everyone was on his case every time he had a bad map due to being the MVP last season. That is very true, and look at how far he's come. Of course, his team now back-to-back in
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, I can't believe Danny's gassing up.
And not Pierce. Danny, you serious? It's your teammate. Back-to-back chips. Wow.
Of course everybody's going to be on his case when he's not having good maps. He
People
was
love to
dominant
hate.
last season.
They love to hate on Kenny for no reason. That's what it is, bro. It's 100%.
It's okay. Bob was that guy.
I won't go there.
Bob was that guy.
All right, well, there you have it. That's what Twitter thinks. That's what your desk thinks on who is the most improved. But we need to talk about Reciprocity. Miles, you really can't dance. And Envy, that is coming up next. Envy still looking for any sort of a win and going up against Reciprocity, who has the worst, you can see there, control record in the league. So to that note, Study, do you think maybe that's an opening for Envy to take advantage of?
It definitely is an opening, but the opening side of Reciprocity is going to be that game too. Envy are currently on a 14-game losing spree. And yesterday, these guys ended up getting 3-0'd by United, but it was a really good series. On the other hand, Envy got 3-0'd by Gen G. Wasn't even close. So I'm expecting this to be a gauntlet battle, but it's all going to come out. If Envy's able to take this first hard point, then they can have some confidence, even if they go down and lose.
Now it becomes a thing. It's like, dude, we can't be the first team that Envy starts winning maps.
Yeah, right.
Now the pressure is like reversed to the other side. It's like,
dude,
whoa,
we can't lose an
like in the back, like first team that loses a map to Envy is trash. Like, can't be that. But yeah, Zed. I mean, he's him and Dylan. They've been like the duo on this team, right? Just playing at such a high pace that they're both top 10 hardpoint engagements per minute. And when you watch them play, it's like those two, when they're going off, is when Reciprocity is really having success in respawn. So gotta look for Zed to continue what he's been doing lately.
I don't expect yesterday we saw Dens running a GKS. I don't think anybody's going to be running a GKS from this point out, especially when you're playing Hacienda Hardpoint and your main ICR is running a GKS. I hope he watched our segment after his match because please don't do that again. Simple as that. You're the main ICR. You got to be holding down those long lanes so you can hold an actual setup so your team can actually win these hard points.
My biggest thing with them was they were getting kills. That was no problem.
Yeah,
Versus United,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they outslayed them.
Like individual players in United are very talented. So they were winning most of their gunfights against them. They were getting control. The problem was they were just giving it up. They were flying out too early, throwing away their lives. I would like to see them play a little bit more calm, actually, and just hold those setups and wait for them to come to you. And I think they'll find a lot more success like that in Hardpoint.
Pac-Man, on the side of Envy, obviously it's easy to talk about their struggles, the things they're doing poorly. Are there any openings, any advantages, positives on their side that you can see anything at all?
They have Gunless on their team now.
Oh,
That's pretty much it. I mean, yesterday they all did terrible.
What? 16 map losing streak, 14 and 10 series losing.
I still don't know who holds that record, but they're approaching the all-time record for losing streak. That's
my God.
Not easy to find some light at the end of the tunnel. But
elite Cleveland Browns. Jesus Christ.
There's still a little bit of time left for them to figure it out.
That is true. That is true.
Ace is a smart guy. They have Pierce. Like, they can do it. This is a good series to start it with because, I mean, Reciprocity is also making a team change. So I guess that's your opening. Reciprocity did play incorrectly yesterday in the hard points. If you can win that map, maybe they could actually go into the S&D with some momentum for once.
Even throughout,
they just need that momentum.
This drought, like, so you're asking if there's a silver lining anywhere in this. It's like their hard point has been decent at times. They're just like choking all.
They just can't close it out.
Yeah. So once they close out this game one, maybe Envy can turn it around, right? Like, it's just been these hard points that are 230 to 250, and they're choking at the very end. Like, they just need to close one out. Simple as that. They need to get a map win.
I think I'm calling it. I think Envy actually wins an S&D this series. All right.
Anyone else? You guys, maybe.
Huh?
Why?
I don't know. Today just feels like a new day. You gotta have some different mentality coming in.
Sometimes it's just a gut feeling.
It's a gut feeling, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna win an S&D today. Might not be the game.
He doesn't seem convinced.
Might be a game 5.
Maybe Merc and Maven are convinced. If Envy can do it, get an S&D win, we're gonna throw it over to them to discuss.
I doubt it. But thank you very much. But no, I'm excited for this match because whereas last week there weren't a lot of storylines around the bubble.
Yep.
This match is important because it's do or die time for really both of these teams. Envy would have to lose out, relying on Heretics to also lose out.
Envy would have to win out.
Envy would have to win out, relying on Heretics to lose out. And then here for Reciprocity, Midnight's put a lot of pressure on them with the back-to-back wins.
Yeah, I mean, I think Midnight's starting off this week 2-0, maybe not what we expected. Yeah, obviously you see on Twitter like that they feel scrims have been going extremely well, but we always sort of see that, right? When you make your roster change, things are great, but they have a couple of impressive wins to start the week, and yeah, now the pressure's on Reciprocity. Obviously, they had a tough match yesterday against E-United. I think everybody favors E-United in that series. They had a couple of close games, but now you go into a series where I think it's must-win time for Reciprocity.
Yeah, so basically Reciprocity, they have to at least tie them in the standings. They're 2 games back of Midnight as a result of Midnight's 2 wins. So, yeah, it's huge. And for Reciprocity, you had the tough loss to United, but some close maps throughout the series. What was it, like a 10-point hard point, round 11 S&D? Like, you had some close maps. Here, you need to take advantage of a Envy team that does not look good.
No, they did not look good. I mean, I guess what you can say is this Envy team, they've had a lot of changes, right? It just feels like maybe the core unit of this team can't get comfortable. Now you have Silly on a SOG. Obviously, the Desk talked about it. At least you added Gunless to this roster. You lose Hook, but I don't know, man. Well, it just feels slang-wise, I don't know if they have it.
And maybe Gen G, though, like, they're a top 2 team in the world. They just came off a grand final. Maybe they improve spacing. Maybe that loss isn't as hard a pill to swallow as we think it is. Maybe they Envy look bad because Gen G are hitting a form that we haven't seen all year. That could be part of it, too. But I think we'll learn in this series. If Envy gets smoked again, it's trouble.
Yeah, it's trouble.
I was about to say trouble in paradise. It's not in paradise.
14, I don't even remember. It was a lot in a row.
Oh, here we go. It's map 1. Starting things off, Seaside Hardpoint. 4 are going to drop for Envy. 5 are going to drop for Envy. Reciprocity straight into the hardpoint. Assault, the only one on Envy that managed to pick up a semblance of a kill. And now they're getting lined up as Dylan shows he can do it with the SOG. He can do it with the ICR. He can do it with whatever he likes. Envy, though, come bursting on back through. They get the break. They're still Wuskin here to deal with, but a nice push back in from Envy.
We have a bit of a split push right now. The last couple of players from Reciprocity, that was Dens with the ICR on the street, trying to lock it down, not able to find that kill, allows that MV player to push on up. Now Envy, as you said, they're able to fight on back, but they can also focus on rotation towards barrel. You have Gunless, you have Decimate here. But here comes the first push for Reciprocity towards his courtyard hill. Ace with a nade in his hand has that Maddox now. On the previous Envy roster was running ICR, but they bring back Assault. He's going to be comfortable in that role.
Assault right now, though, will be Maddox in hand. Can't take the gunfight. It's a newcomer in Alex that's able to pick him up. 3 down. 4 Envy, 4 to fall. Solid stuff. Silly the last one in, doing what he can to buy time until the reinforcements come in. A split spawn there for Envy. But the split gets picked up, so Reciprocity get right back in. Now just have to hold the front barrels push.
I mean, the two Sogs of Reciprocity just bully their ways in. Now with 20 seconds, Reciprocity just trying to push across the map. Envy, maybe putting a little bit of pressure on this. Maybe they can get them off the hill, but they're really just focusing on trying to get them to spawn on the right side of the map. Reciprocity going to tie the game up, probably take the lead as well, but Envy, they have spawn control, and Decimate is just causing havoc inside of barrels, staggering this first push for Reciprocity.
Now Rec, try to get the build up towards Statue. A chance for Envy to accrue a ton of time here. Stun in, they follow it up. It doesn't connect though. Assault's just able to hold. Don't think they hit him with the stun as he's able to deal with it easily. Decimate then pushes out Checkers as he delays the push even further. That's 2 for Assault, 2 for Decimate in the first push from Reciprocity. Thwarted from the get-go. Nice hold thus far from Envy. We'll see if Aches can connect with the frag grenade. At least gonna back him up, allow Assault to push out.
Yeah, just hits them the back away. That's really all he had to do. I mean, job's done if you're Envy. Like, you got the first 40 seconds. There's 20 seconds left. Yes, you would love to get that scrap time, and they're going to do it. Decimate once again on a 4 spree now. Just feels like these last couple of lives, every single time he's found a couple of Reciprocity members, maybe his Sog, starting to heat on up. Now 5 in a row for him. So we start to rotate towards barrels. There's one player here that's going to be Zed, trying to lock it down, able to find one. And, well, at least buys enough time for his teammates to reinforce, but Assault is still here. And, well, he wins 2 gunfights.
We surprised to see Decimate sliding in first on a 5 streak. I still think he had like 300 or so to go, but it looked like he was the point man for that. Gets taken down. The trades don't go their way. They're at least able to get to contest, but that's really only momentarily. It's a double for Alex, a double for Gunless, but Reciprocity still stand tall inside the hard point, trying to bring this back, now trailing by 60.
Yeah, big 30 points right now for Reciprocity. I'll put them, down 30, and you got to think that's pretty good after losing Fountain Hill, after losing majority of the start. I mean, it just feels like for Reciprocity, Seaside Hardpoint has been one of their go-tos all year long. But Envy actually pushed that final, 15, 20 seconds of scrap time. They're going to get this time. So they're going to have about a 60-point lead as we go back to this first hill. And Reciprocity, though, they have 5 members over here. But we'll see if the Envy members that already rotated can try to hang on. This could be huge for Envy. A big momentum shift, but it looks like Zed, never mind, Gunless is here. He finds a couple of kills, he finds 3. Now 275 away, but the great nade from Alex will slow him down.
And I don't think it was fully cocked. Yeah, it didn't come out, so he's going to hold on to the War Machine.
But he was going for streaks. He was 275 off.
And that's back-to-back hard points where it's like a big multi-kill comes in for Reciprocity. The guy that answers is Gunless. He makes the play. He keeps them alive in and around the hard point. Dylan gets meleeed, shot a bit, but still able to connect to the grassland. 2 are going to fall, but Gunless still going to be here. It's still Envy inside the hard point. Silly doing what he can. Gunless tries to snap back out, but Zed going to get the better of him. But this lead for Envy, bit by bit, has built more and more. Up now 85 points. A solid effort thus far, but this is Comeback City on Seaside. Don't count Rec out yet.
It's going to be a big break for Reciprocity. They somehow have to find their way back into the game, and Envy are just playing around the rotations. I would say the one thing, if you want to talk about maybe positives for this Envy squad, just feels like the teamwork and the IQ plays should be there from Envy. There's a lot of smart players on this team. So when they want to rotate, when they want to use their team, it should be there. It just, is the talent going to be there? But it looks like Gunless once again finding a multi-kill. Luskin with the Tempest out, able to connect with one, but he has no reinforcements. Just trying to hold on to this. Wait for his teammates. Here we go.
Nice stun in, opens the way for Zed. Silly opts his grapple across, tries to grab slam the back steps, but doesn't quite get it off. Half of his meter now going to be gone, but pay attention to the bottom right for Wuskin. He's 135 off streaks, and now trying to make the play. A nice hold from Reciprocity. Sort of gets them back into the mix, but still going to be a large deficit. Now everybody in front. What can he finish? There's the first streak. Lightning in. Could be massive for them in the upcoming Hardpoint, but as of now, they hold the rotation for that as well. The only person on the other side was Gunless. He had to deal with 2 or 3 players from Envy, and as he drops, Reciprocity able to set up. Plus, you get Wuskin streaks on the other end of it. This could not have been better for Reciprocity if they're starting to mount the comeback. It happens right here if they're going to do it.
Yeah, they have to get this hold, and even that barrel. I mean, you really can't use streaks at the barrel till. So if Envy, they might give a couple attempts at this, but you got to think their primary focus should be around the barrels hold. Because if they allow Reciprocity to get this Fountain Hill, to get barrels, it's probably going to be a tie game. Then you have streaks going to that first hill. It can be such a big shift for Reciprocity, but it starts right now. Envy have a couple of specialists if they want to use them. Well, actually, not yet. As Decimate, his vision pulse is in there. Just Assault on the Tempest, and Ace is getting close to that TAC 5.
Well, the specialist party really going to start once we shift inside to barrels. You're likely going to see the War Machine. There it is, War Machine out, looking for the entries. Hits Gunless, finishes Gunless. Assaulted on the other end of things, does have his Tempest to work with, and now's the call to go. This is the comeback. This is the surge now from Reciprocity. Can Assault make the play? Tempest ready, but the Swarm comes in. Wreck it in, spawning close still is Envy, but so far it's been picked up by the Songs as Dylan sliding, snapping, circling around and picking up 2 there from Envy. What was once an 80-point advantage now dwindled to 30.
I mean, Envy did what you wanted. You had 3 rotate very early on towards that barrel side of the map. They just weren't ready for the War Machine. You have to have Flak Jacket out or a trophy down. It wasn't invested. And well, behind that, Reciprocity now cut the lead down to 20.
And now Dylan's getting close to getting streaks. He's on 5 in a row. 2 players to deal with mid-map, though, will cut him down. It's Alex with a chance for the trades, at least able to shut down 1. Envy, slowly bleeding for a moment, will pick up the final 15 or so seconds, but that'll allow Reciprocity to get set up for the 3rd set of Hardpoints.
I mean, you'll take this if you're Wreck, right? I mean, yeah, take the scrap time. As Envy gonna have to break this again, and now if you're Reciprocity, you can use one of these streaks maybe to hold off the push, but so far so good.
That was huge from Zed. Yeah. In fact, you got 1 and then got a kill with the cluster as well.
Slows down that push. Wuskin maybe off spawn, going to streak. We'll see what he does. Here comes the push from Envy, and there we go, Hellstorm right away. See what he's able to find 2 kills. That should allow his teammates to win it, but actually Gunless, well, does get taken down. So Reciprocity gonna lock it in.
I was surprised to see him the last man standing, but yeah, a stun ended him. 3 players flying, not a whole lot he can do. Potential now for a lead change, a chance for Reciprocity to get in front, but as the grab slam comes in and Aches gets a pair, they'll be able to push this lead out once again. You still have the Lightning Strike available on Wuskin.
Yeah, it's 8 barrels though, right?
Close to a Purifier as well for Dens.
It's the same discussion that you have to try to get barrels control first. There we go. They're able to get Gunless out. You can see Assault trying to back on up, but yeah, all right, Lightning Strike in, but it's a Tempest from Assault. Is able to connect with 3. Alex, really the last man left, has to try to fight his way in. The Tempest shuts it down. As Envy should be able to lock out now, and he continues as well, able to lock another Envy member, sorry, Reciprocity member down. That was Dens. He's stuck in the corner. That's going to be streaks for Silly.
Envy hold off the wave as Reciprocity make it interesting.
They want a map.
Envy,
they want a map.
Get a map on the board. Can we get a round of applause?
It's just you and me out here.
That's fine. That's fine. Envy get the map win, and I think you can see the comedy and the laughs on their side of the stage. It's just one monkey off the back as they get the map win, but wow, did Reciprocity make it interesting. That late surge in the game. Thought they were going to steal one. I mean, that's what the map one was like for Envy yesterday. I believe I tuned in. They're up 60 or so points. They end up losing 250 to 230 as they collapse in the late game. This time, though, they clutch up. They make the plays. Assault, the Tempest was huge inside of barrels.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously get Gunless out of barrels so they can use the Lightning Strike, but to me, this is where the difference was. You have a perfect setup if you're Reciprocity. You can get so much time, but Envy, again, Silly with the grab is able to find a couple of kills, but they just force this rotation. Like those 17, 20 seconds. And well, where they spawn Reciprocity puts them in such a tough spot. They do get gunless, but as we talked about, it was just a Tempest play from Assault as he's able to find those kills. They're waiting for the lightning strike to land. And while it does come down, Assault finds him first.
What a first shot. And then he's able to connect, I think, on 2 more inside of barrels. Just a stellar job from Assault in the clutch, in the final moments, going absolutely massive for Envy. But leading into this game on the Reciprocity side of things, Jess had a chance to talk to Alex.
Thanks, Clint. Yeah, and Alex is actually not too upset by the 3-0 loss yesterday. He said, yeah, we choked, but it's not the end of the world, and you just kind of have to shake things off. And he also brought up something that a lot of other teams have been saying, which is, you know, we've only been a team for a week, and he pointed out that he's completely different than Shawnee, so the rest of Reciprocity kind of has to adjust around him. As for this match versus Envy, I asked what he's expecting. He said, I have no clue. I don't know if they're good or not. They have good players, but I have no idea, and we're just going in to try to not take them lightly. So, Clint and Joe, back over to you.
Thank you so much, Jess. Yes, we'll look forward to the search and destroy. So, yeah, speaking of kind of the monkeys in the back for Envy, yeah, you get the map one. Now we get to the second one, which is can they get a search and destroy one and take control of this series? But it's been eluding them for quite some time, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, this is similar to last year, right? I mean, if you didn't watch CWL last year, Evil Geniuses, it was like 11 losses in a
11,
row.
12, something like that.
Search and destroys in the pro league. I mean, you had Ache, Silly, and Assault on that team like Coach Bevel, so it just feels like sometimes towards the end of the year, it just haunts them a little bit. We'll see if they can finally win a search and destroy.
Well, at least you got a guy known for his search and destroy play and decimate. You have a guy in Gunless who, regardless of mode, will leave his imprint on the map. So you hope maybe it will help him out, but we'll see.
He still really needs a lint roller for that.
It's disgusting. That hat needs to be washed or burned.
Okay.
I understand it's a good luck charm or he's in love with her, whatever the case may be, but it needs to be burned.
I don't know about burn. I think you need just to clean it.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess that's another option.
I don't know. It's like the luck in the lint. Is it lucky lint maybe? Maybe where.
Maybe. Payload search and destroy will be our next map. Can Envy do it? It was kind of nice to see those guys smiling. We haven't seen that from Gunless in a long time, considering all the drama and dramatics that went down with Luminosity. Aches hasn't smiled in probably 2 months. Assault hasn't been in the league, so well, they got 4th, so you can smile a little bit there, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, not if you're Aches, I guess.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Map 2 underway. Aches gonna be sniping. We'll see what he can find. 2 players go flooding up mid-tunnel, though. Who will come out on top of the trade battle? So far, 1 for 1. Aches now looking for a new angle. Silly getting aggressive through the mid-pipes as they're starting to push out the Reciprocity side.
Yeah, Dylan just trying to play alive. Him and Den's really the duo over here. Wuskin, Zed are on that rotation. Dylan's able to find one, but Decimate pushes on through, but he's all alone. So now a 1 versus 3 for Ace's sniper rifle. And
Aches was born for these. 1v3, Paladin in hand, 40 seconds on the clock. He's dead as they all fly in.
Yeah, they just ran at him. There was 3 of them.
Yeah, it didn't go well. Reciprocity play their numbers well, make sure there's no chance for an issue. 1 team kill comes in, but not going to matter in the scheme of things. We'll now take a look at the best play from Dylan, who had some highlight moments in that map 1 despite the loss.
And this is really just the key of the round. The fact that him and Dens were able to stay on up. The number is not in their favor. Envy try to get control, but they go a little bit too far. They run into the trap.
Did you see anything yesterday, by the way, with the SOG that blew your mind, or nothing that much different? Yeah. I mean, I was watching. I didn't see anything like jumped out, but I think we're going to see a couple kills here and there where we're like, oh my God.
Well, what we saw Heretics running 3 SOGs yesterday against Optic Gaming. I think SOG players are more comfortable in taking certain gunfights. That buff obviously helped them a little bit. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy.
But it helps.
It absolutely helps, yeah.
We'll see. I mean, how much of an assistance it really is in the coming months as we wind down, or well, more I should say, we ramp up the end of the year with playoffs and champs. Assault playing top heaven. Reciprocity, get the bomb planted, and Alex will wrap back the tunnel. Luskin with an EMP. Holding backside bridge. There's the shot. Easy peasy. Assault slow peeks it. Assault gets shut down. First blood to Wreck, but all of a sudden the tides have turned.
Well,
2 kills come in for Envy. Going to be a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, Gunless won a big one-on-one on the flank, so that traps Reciprocity in. Those last couple of members now up top. Just trying to stay alive. Dens is able to win one. Forces a 2 versus 2. Envy have to get on the bomb defuse. Decimate. He's going to win the gunfight. Are they on it? Are they on it, though? Okay, he just started defusing. It's
it was real close.
But Dens wins the gunfight. That should be the round. Ace gets off of it, and he guns him.
Woo, Dens!
A great round from Dens.
Now, I had Dens on hot mic. He's a character, man. It was exciting to have him back, and I was talking to him before it, like how just, I don't know, proud's the right word, but the way he handled the whole getting benched thing, like it was just, he was a real class act with all.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, obviously with substitutes, this is the first year that they've had some sort of impact, I think, throughout the year, and there's players who they get benched, and it's like, don't talk to me, I'm done with this team, right? He took it in the fact of, well, I if anything goes wrong, I'll be here, right? I'm gonna live with my friends, and we're gonna have some fun, and who knows what happens.
It's a guy I feel like you're rooting for. He's like a lone Aussie in the league. We're seeing the success of Mindfreak in the amateur bracket, but Dens still here battling in the pro league as he started out 4-1 in this search and destroy. Zed,
that's a little too far to the right there.
Yeah, he takes a little dilly tally off the map.
The wrong way.
5v1 now. Dens, I know you're 4-1, but good luck. He's 375 off, so I know he's still got a ways to go, but
I mean, I'd be out of here by now, though, right? Like, even in this position, you get a kill, and they'll probably hunt you down. All right. See ya. All right, round, but I think that starts with Zed. They lower that bridge, and he just flew off the wrong way.
So you're saying it doesn't help to have one of your players in 5v5 fall off the map?
I don't think it helps in 4v4 and 3v3.
I don't know why I specified the number.
6v6, 12v12, whatever you want to talk with. Yeah, no.
Envy get a round win. Can they get a search win? Well, let's see what they do this time defensively. They're going to have 2 players playing towards outer catwalk, 2 playing inside a lab, and a lone man on the assault on the other end. One almost gets beamed. Gunless, nice shots, but Dylan with a nice trade. 4 versus 4 as the madness ensues inside of mid. Aches wanting to do damage up top. Waskin, though, he's the playmaker. Both players outside of catwalk get picked. He pops up top. Aches meets his maker. And now it's assault by his lonesome. 2 players in front. Nothing he could do. Nice bounce back around there from Rec.
Yeah, I mean, I think the play call from Envy was just to get aggressive on that bomb site. You have Gunless going in that middle ship to have the crossfire, and I don't hate it. The problem is when you get stuck here, where do you go, right? Like, it's almost like if you're going to be in that position, just try to back on up, maybe try to get a pick off the bomb. Instead, Decimate, and they just stay. They stay around that middle staircase, and it's so hard to play with those angles.
And they started with, what, a 2 push out towards catwalk, and then you could see at the end, no one had eyes on it whatsoever. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, there's just so
timing.
many angles, right? Like, what are you supposed to do in that scenario? You either continue the push or you try to back away. Getting stuck there, that's not the plan.
Not an option. As you can see how easily that was picked apart. Back to Ache. Snipe, not on target. As Dens gets through, Dylan, man, with the pressure, with the one-on-one win, and with the first blood, 5v4 Reciprocity. As Dylan is just picking them to pieces, almost able to back around the edge, but finally will drop. The damage, though, for him has been done. Alex starting at 0-4, eats a little bit of that cluster, but gets away with his life.
And this is a perfect example of it, right? You have players on Reciprocity just push towards this A site, and they just go, right? They get to the middle platform, and they take the side of Envy, which leaves Aches in a very tough situation once again with that snipe. Not able to connect.
No, he didn't.
Making a face there. What, you didn't like that snipe?
Zed with the best play. It was Dylan that really set everything up, though. He put him in the 5v3
No, but
early.
the difference is Zed didn't go off the map. He's got to kill.
Yeah.
That opens
that's a key difference, Joe, and I appreciate your
typically you ask me,
value.
what, you see they different that round, Joe? And I'm like, that time, he stayed on the map.
125 off streaks is Waskin in the hard point. He got close, and he was able to earn him. didn't really make an impact and couldn't get the victory, but here could be huge considering they already have the 4-1 lead. Envy's search and destroy woes at least seem to be continuing. Here comes the push.
Have a good setup for this. You have one player up top and one player towards the middle ship. Decimate now, it's his turn. Him and Assault trying to lock this down. Decimate gonna pop out, almost gets away. At least they force a 2 versus 2. They stop that push of Reciprocity, slow them down.
You've got your 2 players left on Envy who have yet to really leave their mark in this game too. 1 and 4 for both Aches and Assault.
Push on up though.
Dins has been the highlight guy at 6 and 2.
And I think they thought they rotated through middle ship towards A. And they're gonna find out here in a second. That was the incorrect call. Yeah, we should have 2v2 right here. Alex, though, goes on that far wide angle. He's going to have one. That's easy. Can't find the second. Nice shots, but there's the trade.
Clean and clinical. Reciprocity get the round win. Now 1 round away from taking this map 2, tying up the series 1-1 and putting the frowns back on the faces of the MV squad.
I do think, though, this map streak, it is due to the last roster, right? Like, obviously, we always talk about when there's new rosters, your S&D is going to struggle. But still, the fact is they haven't won one in a long time.
Yeah, no, you got to continue the streak. Aches is still on the roster, and when I see him, I'm going to give him a hard time for it.
Okay.
He might have the 2 longest winless runs in search. He's also the guy with 2 Anaheims without a map win. But he also has a lot of great accolades as well.
He's got 2 rings.
He's 2 rings as well, so yeah, it works out. Well, let's see if Pat and the boys can get it going. They're going to have to rip off 5 straight. Zed down on his belly, hopes the cover is there. The trade at least there for a moment, but in comes sliding Decimate. Envy with the advantage.
There's
that's
a new
an
one.
example.
That's a new one.
That might be an example. Laser beams there from Dylan and the SOG. The hit scan update paying off for Dylan. And yeah, Den's on hot mic said when we talked about it, he's like, yeah, I got Dylan. I'm not worried about anything. That's the round. That's the map. Reciprocity, bring it back and tie us up at 1-1. A dominant and clean search and destroy win. They take it 6-1.
Yeah, both teams right now winning each other's map picks, right? Obviously, Envy able to take that Seaside away. So I guess one good thing, when we get to that map 4, we're going to be playing on their Hardpoint. But a nice response from Reciprocity. Typically, a team that starts off the series very hot.
Yeah, they should just get a roulette wheel or something to pick a search map. I don't think it matters, Joe. But they lose the search. We're tied up. Don't go anywhere.
level up the game.
Hello! We have returned from the quick intermission, and we are now ready for the map 3. Some of the key stats coming into this were Envy's struggle in Search and Destroy. Yes, you mentioned some of the previous roster, but still the struggles there. And then Reciprocity. Yes, a roster change, but the control's been abysmal. One of the worst inside of the Pro League.
4-15?
Yeah. So they'll get another look at Seaside, but I'm not sure if things bode well for them. And it's just wild to think that they've won 4. Like, we're at the tail end of the league, but it's been going on forever. Like, it's been 4 months of basically league match play.
What are you getting to?
They've won 4.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not many control. Well, I guess it's startling to me because they're a decent team. Like, they're a team on the bubble with a chance to get in top 4. It's shocking to me to see a stat that drastic in one of the modes. I mean, they're lucky it's not one you're playing twice in Search or Hardpoint.
And obviously they have the talent. I'm sure it's little things, but I wonder if it's something as simple as they throw a lot of lives away, right? Obviously, control. I think one team we always talk about is 100 Thieves, the way they play their lives, they wait for one another.
But, like, we saw a lot of that early in the game. Aren't we at the point now where it shouldn't be an issue?
Yeah, sure, but some people don't learn.
I guess I'm saying I hope it's not something that simple, but maybe it is. I mean, let's keep an eye on it.
What else could it be?
You the Call of Duty mastermind, me the Call of Duty guru. We'll keep an eye on it throughout this, and maybe you see if there's anything.
What's the difference between a guru and a mastermind? Please give me the Maven definition.
I think the guru is the better of the two.
Okay,
that's the
fine.
Smarter of the two.
You are my hard carry.
I hate you. Dylan. Now finessing inside steps. He's going to push right through. Surprise. Peekaboo. Bye-bye, Assault. As he gets on in, Decimate does the same thing on the other side as he's able to make the play and drop one down, but there they'll push him out. Nice advantage. Nice beams from Zed. Good job sliding away. Great movement there to make sure he gets 2 before he drops.
Yeah, just slows down that push for Envy now. Getting close to 2 ticks, but he put so much attention towards them, but a couple of kills for Gunless, right? We talked about maybe what's the problem right there. That opening gunfight between him and Denz. Either Denz just can't die in that situation, but they're still inside of B, able to hold on even after Gunless is able to find 3 kills. So a good job for Reciprocity. I thought it was going to get a little messy for them, but they locked down the B zone. They have a life advantage. That advantage is gone. I was just kidding. It's tied now, and now Envy have all the map control in the world.
Well, I was about to say this is a key moment for Reciprocity in the transition on this map. We know how big it is. So you need to get some damage done in the first wave. They get smoked, so nothing really goes their way. Now they have so much work to do. The good thing is you're fine in the lives department. You have a ton of time, but we just know how hard it can be. But Denzu's pushed up out through barrels, catches Envy off guard. So now you're going to have a bit of a split. 1 mid-map and then 2-2 on the back steps push and the barrel push. Can Reciprocity win it on both ends? Well, barrels, quick answer, no. They get dropped. Step side, answer, maybe. As Dylan does get 2, he's still there, but the problem is it's just 2 players remaining.
You can stay alive. You just got to stop right there, right? I mean, it's a 2 versus 5 at that point. Just wait. I mean, they get a couple of kills. They keep the life advantage, but I feel like your goal at that moment is to just wait for your teammates. And now we're in the situation where they're wasting time. They have to wait for the 5-man push. You throw a couple of lives away. Whew. And guess what? It's going to happen again. There's just not a 5-man push yet out of Reciprocity. And I guess you credit Envy for finding those picks.
Gunless has had a masterful opening. He's 8-2 to kick it off. 10 versus 8 now. Advantage to Envy. Here comes Reciprocity. They're worried about Envy pushing up, and they've done exactly that through barrels. Just getting 1 kill and dropping is fine, considering you have the life advantage and you delay that push. Just look at how you take a look at the main map. Look where number 4 spawned. Like, number 3 spawns closer. Number 4 spawned all the way at, like, the back. He was in no man's land. Like, just that run to get back involved is, what, a good 15
That's why you had to make your 5-man pushes count. It just felt like a pick for Envy. A pick for Envy. And, again, they were finding the openings. But here we go. Last chance. 3 versus 5. They have to get on the point. Wuskin with a nice stun. But Decimate able to find 2. Alex, the last member alive. Envy with a nice defensive hold on Seaside.
Yeah, it's not that. I mean, it is really hard.
It's hard. No, it's difficult. Yeah. We're nitpicking. As you said, you are the guru, so you're allowed to.
Well, it's just this map in particular. Like, you can really appreciate, I guess, the impact that getting staggered has more than even some of the other maps. Because you have some maps where, let's say, the the control sites are kind of at like the 50-yard line, a little bit closer to mid-map. Like that church point is just so far towards the defense. Like if you're getting staggered, if you're spawning out, just hightailing it across the map, like it just feels like when I looked at it, there was like a minute 40 left, and they've had 17 lives. Like, oh, they got a lot of pushes, but they didn't really have one like full push.
And none.
Yeah.
I mean, throwing a, you see Envy. They're throwing a staggered push here. They're trying to get Reciprocity off this point. There's 3 players just waiting. Silly just trying to get orange arrows to back away. Do they bite on it? It doesn't look like it, but doesn't matter. Do Decimate find the kills? Him and Gunless as a duo, able to find a couple. For Reciprocity, have a lot of mid-map pressure, but it doesn't, yeah, whatever. Okay, Decimate did Decimate things, and, well, what we thought was going to be not such a good fake. Doesn't matter, as Envy's able to find all the kills they need.
And Decimate should get streaks off of the tail end of just the objective. 50 off. Stun keeps him at bay. Lightning Strike, Hellstorm. 2 utility weapons now available for Decimate. He's out for the trade as well. Streak up to 6. Streak now at 7 as Decimate's picking him apart. 4 life advantage. And the good thing, I guess, for Reciprocity is you get, 4 of the 5 kills, though, in that spot. So Envy can't really push up the map. You then pick off Decimate to stagger it even further. So Envy didn't get any kind of foothold towards A quickly from the B site. Still a lot of work to do. The streaks from Decimate, I mean, we know how good they can be on the defensive end, but potentially can you find an offensive opening and go up 2-0?
Yeah, use the ping on the Lightning was, I think, what we always sort of talk about, trying to go from B to A with 1 push. Found nothing with the ping, but Envy, they find some kills. They still have a 5 life advantage. They can play around kills for a little bit longer. You would love to get somebody on the point to at least stop the clock.
Well, you have to do what Reciprocity was unable to do. You got to go 1 for 1.
Yep.
If you can continue to go 1 for 1 and keep that life advantage, you can get this W. The problem with Reciprocity, the life advantage, and what 4 or 5 down right as they got the point? Envy have done better than that, but will it be enough? Decimate. Nice play. Dead silence allows him to get up there all sneaky-like as he makes the push up the steps. Stun just coming out a little bit late, unfortunately, for him. The next guy up, Alex, is going to get dropped. Dylan, though, still here.
Still trading, right? You're still trading if you are Envy. You still have a 2 life advantage. The problem isn't, though, going to be the lives. It's going to be the clock. Now down to 35 seconds. Reciprocity, you can see they're sort of stacking near church a little bit. Trying to force Envy onto that point in the 5 versus 5. A nice stun from Weston to keep him alive. One player off spawn, Alex. He's going to find a kill. Can he find the second? Not able to do so. But Zed was able to find 2 inside of church. Gunless, he's going to be a little bit staggered. Still 1 more player here. And Assault, nice shots from Dylan. 5 in a row for him now. He's on 200 away from some score streaks for himself.
We'll see if he can get these in the final moments of this round. Grapple across. Dylan, there's 1, but there's 2, and then there's 3. Now it's a 2 versus 2. The clock is stopped. Dins comes back into the action. Last guy up is Gunless, not going to be able to get there in time. Both teams able to hold on defense, but a valiant effort there from Envy. Some nail-biting moments.
Got a little scary. I mean, when Decimate sneaks on in after Dylan uses the grab slam, if Envy would have somehow won that round, stopping Dylan from getting streaks, forcing him to use the grab slam, well, and then you have the streaks going into the defense. That could have been a big one.
Yes, that probably sealed the map. Envy's talking it through. And now that you have the defense, and now that you have these streaks on Decimate, Reciprocity in a precarious position. Hellstorm going to be called in right away. Get some information, doesn't connect on anything, doesn't do anything.
How many times have we seen that?
When you call it in early?
I mean,
instead of taking the fight.
I don't know if it's something that just works really well in scrims. I get it. You can call it in within the first 10 seconds and maybe catch them on the stairs, but I just feel like as many times as we've watched it, it may have worked like once. I mean, by work, I mean like find a couple of kills. Now you're forced to use the Lightning Strike. It does allow you to get back in as he's able to find a couple of kills, but that's going to be 2 ticks at B. And Weston and Dylan inside of A, gonna force the rotation for Envy.
Dylan, 125 off now. 5 in a row, 20 and 13.
Well. Yeah, just 1 kill away. 1 assist away. He heard Tag 5 as well. Be a tough kill, but able to catch Assault off guard. There's a lightning for him, and now you have the War Machine. A is almost captured. They have 2 ticks on A right now. What a push that started with Dylan and Wuskin. And Dylan, he's gonna do it. It goes through.
Unbelievable stuff there from Reciprocity. They've now done the hard part. Can they close out B? You gotta think you've got the favor. 4 life advantage. Lightning now coming in, sliding out and challenging. Gunless as he will fall. Dylan finessing, dominating, destroying all across the map. He just didn't reload, so it's finally, he did, apparently someone helped him because he got a kill with the 4 bullets remaining in his SOG there. Denz's positioning at least shuts down 1. Zed going on the flank. Zed's the one that can make the play. Sneaky little beaver. Doesn't finish. They then line up, but he only gets 1 and 3 drop.
All right, this is where you got to be a little bit careful if you're Reciprocity. You did the hard part, now do the easy part. Try to just get 1 more ticket B. Vision pulse out from Decimate. Dylan, though, going to call in the Hellstorm. Let's see, able to find, at least able to connect with 1. That should start the push. Envy using a lot of specialists to try to win this round. A round they probably shouldn't win. Silly's going to earn a lightning strike. He can call that in if he wants to. It's the Hellstorm on the assist as well. I don't know if Reciprocity's going to be ready for this. They aren't. Should be able to catch them.
The streaks might win the round. They might absolutely win the round. Denz, that's a missile to the face.
Does get Decimate. So 7 versus 8, 7 versus 7.
Well, team kill end up costing him. The next push now in from Reciprocity. 3 heading out mid. It's Dylan that's going to grapple in a big gunfight win for him at top steps. He's got the grab slam to use. Slide, bob, weave, and now opting to take the challenge, but the tip is out from Assault. It's only going to hit 1. It's only going to hit 1. And Assault, again, just like in the Hardpoint, makes the play with the Tempest. And he's got some streaks. Now Silly with a lightning. Assault with a lightning and Hellstorm as he is all accuracy with the Tempest. And the final player from Reciprocity drops. What a gutsy hold from Envy.
They used everything. They have no more specialists, but they have none. They used it all. They used everything that round, but they knew how important the defensive round was. And on top of that, they were able to earn some streaks. I don't know what happened, though. After you capture this A site, Dylan does a wonderful job, earns some streaks. He calls in the lightning. The gunfights after that point when he takes down Gunless, that has to be the point when Reciprocity put that round away, and it wasn't.
Nope, they let it slip away, that's for sure. I mean, yes, to your point, if you're Envy, I mean, you show what it takes to defend that spot when it's the final one. They have to use everything in the kitchen sink to get it done, but you get some streaks behind it. You get 3 streaks, which might be your bailout instead of the specialist. Envy gonna go straight into Church. Dylan, though, on the flank. The beams continue from him. This should be there to pick up the kills. That's your teammate, but that's 3 in a row on the opposition as well. Dylan is 32 and 17.
At the end of round 2, we saw him get a grab, and he just got another one last round.
He's doubling up the next closest player on his team. Zed's got 15.
He's about to get more streaks.
But what the hell is this game from Dylan? An absolute tear right now. This is one of the better individual things you'll see in a
The fact that they have to win another offense is, he might lose this game is the crazy part. Still a lot of work to do for Reciprocity. Dylan, can he secure streaks? Streaks would help them so much. They're trying to tap this player up. Can he win the gunfight? He does. Finds the lightning. Picks up the Maddox. Snaps on eggs.
Oh, I thought he was going to just smoke him with clean headshots there. He is on one right now. Dylan's next streak finally drops double positive at 36 and 18. Envy now look to finish the B point. Dylan just the lightning to use. Still 2 streaks on the Envy end.
The fact that he might lose this game is insane to me. He is destroying everybody. Wow.
Well, maybe this is why they're 5-14 in control.
Yeah, no.
Dylan comes through. Easy pickings. Up 5 lives, close to pushing it to a final round, but you're going to be on offense, and how will you do it? You'll have Vision Pulse, Tempest. Like, they're going to have to make some absurd plays.
No, they're going to have a couple of specialists, but there's a couple of streaks, but they have to get there first. As Envy, this is a good push for them. A couple of players flying on through.
Oh my God, that's what 5 in a row for Envy now.
Hellstorm off a spawn. Is he going to find anything? No. Assault connects with nothing. Silly does find one. You only have 2 players on this right now. It does force a lot of the specialists that we talked about, though. There's the lightning. Gunless finds 3.
Gunless going off, and then Silly pushing into spawn behind the grapple. Will get caught, but Gunless might get some streaks. And the cluster, what a great isolation tool to keep them at bay. Alex somehow, though, able to get through. The hipfire won't connect. 4 kills for Reciprocity as they somehow hold on, but still 50 seconds to go in the round.
That is not where you want your ICR. Den's gonna get taken down.
Have you done enough?
Down. Alex gonna get taken down. Dylan might get another grab slam, by the way. 40 and 20, trying to stay alive, able to win a gunfight onto Assault. Tries to slide and buy time. There's only 3 players left. How have Envy won this game? How have they won it? Envy rob Reciprocity and Dylan of that control. Rounds 3 and 4. Yeah, no,
Dylan's he's probably goddamn tired. Like, hello, mates, come on.
That was terrible.
I tried. Wow. Oh, you feel like they had so many chances.
Well, I thought they were going to win the round after this because, right, Gunless finds 3 kills. They were put in a tough spot, and they somehow rebounded after this point. I don't know where Gunless is. He's number 7, so I don't even know where he is. Is he on the point? Okay, so he got those 3 kills. I thought it was done right here. You force Dylan to use the lightning. You can see how close he is. You have the cluster like you were talking about just to zone him. But Alex and Dylan somehow get in.
Yeah, I
thought it was done.
I thought that cluster was going to split the push, so it'd be perfect for them to win the gunfights.
I thought it was done right there.
And then they clutch up in a 7v9.
I just don't. I don't
gets
know
caught.
If you want your ICR there.
And that type of angle, close range.
Right. And then Weston gets caught, and then I don't know what Alex is doing. That looked like a bit of a silly play from Alex. It looked like he ran out of church.
They didn't get a single kill as they pushed up through mid barrels.
Right, like that just kind of can't happen.
And Decimate was just turnt in the final bits. I mean, he got what? I think 5, 6 kills of the final, like, let's say 10, 12 for Envy. Like, he was absolutely incredible for them. You can see why people were hyped about him now joining this Envy squad. So Envy's search stinks, but so far so good in the hardpoint and the control.
Well, no, Reciprocity's control, I think, stinks. Is the story we're on to now. Now, what, 4 and 20?
Yeah, no, 4 and 16.
4 and 16?
4 and 15, right?
Oh, yeah, so it's 20 games over. That's what I meant, 4 and 16.
Yeah, that's
25%. My teammate is 41 and 20, and I'm losing? The big round, though, was that
20%,
round 3.
Right? 20%. 4, 20, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a mathematician. Remember the guru.
20, 25%.
Yeah. Envy up 2-1. Gridlock, Hardpoint. 4 goes into 25 times.
I know. I was thinking 4 and 16. That's why I said it.
I only did that because you get to correct me on my mistakes.
That's fine.
So many times on a map. That was the one time all year where I was like, Joe said something incorrect, and this is my chance to drive it home.
No, I definitely.
Oh, I love you, buddy. Say it back.
That round 3. I love you too.
Thank you. Thank you. God, I was getting nervous.
That round 3 is really the changing point. I mean, Envy used every specialist, and they hung on. They hung on to their defense.
That was a wild round with you. They just took, what were they, down 4 lives, and they used everything to get it, but they knew how
Reciprocity only needed 1 ticket, the easier control site.
Reciprocity early control of the first hardpoint. Trying to go all the way around his Decimate, but he's been spotted on the other flank. It'll be Wuskin out through ice cream.
Not spotted.
Shots accurate. Gunless the final one. Maddox Shaker
That one was not accurate.
Can't get the third, but the fact he's able to get 2, well, it just wasn't enough because Gunless is the man at the hard point to the time. Keeps accruing. But by getting those 2 kills, he does spawn them out deep and allow his teammates to get firmer positioning towards 18 and Sushi. Alex, a bit of a pinch.
It's a big play.
Should catch him off guard yet again.
And now they know, right? They know where all of Envy are pushing from towards that backside. It's only 3 of them. Dylan, it doesn't matter what weapon he has, he's finding multi-kills. Stopping that push, but when we talked about the back, somehow at the front they find the kills, and now Envy have a chance to at least maybe contest a little bit of this time.
I'm naming my first son Dylan. I'm doing it, Joe. I've committed now.
All right, I like that. Somebody take a clip of this and send it to Kat, please.
Joke's on you, because I'm never having children.
Yeah, your next dog.
Just having lots of puppies. 30 up is Reciprocity. Spawns, though, for Envy, or sorry, Control for Envy inside. Decimate now with the flank. It's like everyone we hop to from either team, somebody's making a big flank. We saw Alex and Wuskin do it for Reciprocity. Now it was Decimate's turn to try and make a play. Decimate gets a little eager to back courtyard and does get picked up. Dylan, a chance for what seems to be his 400th opportunity for streaks. 190 off now. Laser beams continue.
Just reads the map so well, right? Knows he's the only player on this side. Where the spawns are going to be, backs up to his teammates. Love that play from Dylan. Now can his teammates come on through? They can. They find 3 kills. They also control the left side of the map for the next hill. He's able to find the streaks. What a heads-up play from Dylan in Reciprocity, and he continues.
And I just feel like his centering. It's not something we talk as much in console games, but it's just been nuts, man. Like, he is just on point, L-triggering beams. Like, he has just been so clean. Look at Reciprocity. Get this to a 5th and final map. Enjoying a lead, which they were rarely able to do in the first map. Really only 1 lead change, but it disappeared quickly. Dylan.
What is this?
Continues. It took a frag grenade to finally drop him. Near triple positive again is Dylan. And Reciprocity. Office is their playground right now, but here comes Envy.
This will be big for Reciprocity if they can hold. Plus you have streaks. This is an opportunity. What we talk about, just getting majority of hills in a row. But Gunless and Silly win a couple of gunfights. They can hang on. They don't need the spawns. They can fight from the hill. You have Gunless pushing the back now. He's able to find 1. But here comes Wreck. You have those close reinforcements. A big 20 seconds for them. Dylan can use the streaks at the next hill. They don't have to rotate early.
Reciprocity, keep it rolling. Lee continues building. Dylan on a tear. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Reciprocity.
Yeah, I got one. One no dead, one money. I want your hole. I got your hole. Nice. I got your hole.
I'm hoist, brother.
One blue car.
Give me a sec. He's one shot, Decimate top.
Are they spawning? I got your hole.
In front of his. I'm helping him, by the way.
Help me.
Just keep sacking
I'm
hills.
hellstorming.
Fast.
One shot, one in train. Nice. Kill.
I've got slam, by the way. I've got slam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go front. I haven't got. Yeah, hold spawns.
Yeah. Got it. Top. They're gonna slide hill. Help.
I'm pushing right.
Play the right, Alex. Quick.
Yeah, I'm coming yellow.
Hold nothing.
I'm yellow. Oh, he's yeah. Gonna go underpass with Maddox. Nice. Last one shot. They're gonna spawn there. He's gonna be boxes. Massive, nice.
I'm dead.
I've got top. They spawn back in. At the back, tagged. X. I'm reloading.
Gonna stay alive. He's on the armboard.
I'm stunned.
I'm spawned hoist. We're good. They spawned hoist.
He's spawned Brad. You can push 18.
We
need to go. We need to go. Zach, we need to go.
One's going house. One's playing
pushing
house.
up.
Pillar, we're dead. Pass
up dead. Nice. Fire engine.
Let's go to the back.
Nice. Good shoot.
I've a light.
Underpass, wait. Decimate. It's on the ambulance still.
Through the listen-in, Reciprocity continue to cook Envy. Lead now near 100. As this looks so strong for Reciprocity. What a performance on Gridlock thus far, but still have to close out this map. It's Alex now with a chance to get some streaks. The attack 5 in just in time, and the re-challenge. What a play from Alex. Not a great start, but 7 in a row have now got him to 13 and 11. He's erupted here in the mid game.
Yeah, this is why they picked him up, right? It just feels like he has the individual talent. He can make plays like that. It's what they needed at times. If they keep this up, we're going to be going to a game number 5. Have a 120-point lead. You have all the streaks in the world. Well, you have 2.
Yeah, the way you worded that, like, oh, they've got every one of them has streaks. No, but 2. I mean,
yeah,
it's more than Envy's got. It's more than Envy's got. That's for sure. But we'll see what he can use them to do. Dylan up to 23-9 now, as he hasn't seemed to slow down to the last half hour.
Reciprocity, though, the way they play is very disciplined, waiting for each other on those pinches, and they clean it up again. A couple players near that underpass area. Then they find the kills. Now they're trying to fight for the spawns. They're going to use the Hellstorm. He's in a spot 1. Now will allow his team to push out the back.
Office dominated by Reciprocity last time. That's where they can close it out. Envy, though, have the back, at least for now. Wuskin, Tempest out. Can he connect? Just wait for somebody to peek him, but they're just holding in the back. As I say that, though, Silly's going to come across. He smokes Dylan. That's the only thing that can shut him down is maybe his teammates Tempest. War Machine then out the mid-street. That's going to decimate Little Room as they try to get on through. 22 more points now needed for Reciprocity. As they're doing a good job. Just don't give Wuskin a shot, and then they're able to push it out. So Envy now get early control of Office, but unfortunately, they're down 130.
Yeah, Reciprocity at this point, you can just play for scrap time. Like, I know you would love to win this game as Dylan gets that multi-kill. He found 2 towards the front door. Once again, just bullying his way through. Now you have Zed with the War Machine. Just 20 points now to win game 4.
Zed, an efficient War Machine. Den's close to getting his vision pulse if it will even be needed. Decimate. I know he's 160 off streaks, but you're going to need never-ending lightning strikes if you're going to bring this back. Top middle secured, at least for now, by Reciprocity. Alex is 2.
Well, you would love the streaks to break this setup from Rec. I don't know if he's going to get him, be able to find 1. Can use the vision pulse to secure the streaks there. He has the lightning now. Now we can call this in. But Rec so close to winning this map. Just feels like Envy barely hanging on. Has the Hellstorm now. And Silly uses the Grab Slam. So a lot used, but they're hanging on.
Yeah, hanging on. But how long can they actually hang on? The comeback seems impossible with Reciprocity only needing 2 more points. But you have the TAC 5, you have a streak to break for next, and you have Aches doing damage.
Well, I didn't even see. I mean, Assault right now is 6-21. Not how you want your ICR playing on a map like Gridlock.
Oh, I didn't notice that either. That explains the scoreline. Decimate decimates everybody, unfortunately. Half of his team. Reciprocity dominate the Gridlock, tie this series up to 2, and that's going to be back-to-back map 5s for the Pro League matches today.
Study said on the desk he had a feeling it was going to be game 5. We'll see if it happens, because if not, what's it, 16 in a row?
Are Envy winning a series? Are Envy winning a search, Joe?
Are you asking me this?
Yes.
What is it, Gridlock? No. Yo, no.
I mean, the 6-1 map 2 wasn't any indicator to have faith for Envy. But they're trying to end a couple of droughts, the series drought, the search drought. They already got maps on the board, which was one step, but can they get the series win? Reciprocity with a huge win, pushing it the distance. Map 5 coming up next. Map 5. It's coming up next. Joe, I'm going to be honest, during the intermission, I was reading reviews of Spider-Man, and I really want to see it tonight now. Do you want to go see Spider-Man with me, or do you want to stream?
You know. Yeah.
We're going to stream? All right. I love Spider-Man, though.
You gotta see it. Wow.
You ever think about Spider-Man where you watch people grapple around in this? Sometimes I do. Oh, God, we're already in game. All right, let's do it.
All right, hello.
Game 5, Rec, Envy.
They're already playing the bomb. We're really into it.
We'll see if Envy can get the search W. Dylan doing damage just by looking at people.
You have flanks on both sides. You have Decimate and Wuskin. Who's going to make the bigger play? Envy not ready for this at all, but he's going to go. He's able to find one. The second as well with the crowd shot on the other side. Decimate gets taken care of.
You could just literally see how that was going to play on the minimap. If you looked at the minimap, there was an orange arrow watching the flank. If you looked at the minimap for the side of Envy, no one was looking at the flank. Like, I could have told you how that was going to play out, just strictly looking at that.
Well,
no one has the flank.
Guru, right?
Oh, it doesn't take a genius to see how that was going to go. But, like, just no one had it picked up. Everyone focused on the front. Wuskin makes the play. And the game 2 was just not, like, just wasn't pretty at all for Envy. Can they string together some rounds? Ake Sniper didn't, honestly, didn't really do anything in game 2. Can it make an impact here?
None of them did anything.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of great chances, but Ake's gone as Wuskin hits the flick. I don't think he's going to be hitting snipes if Wuskin's doing that. My God. 5v4 for Reciprocity. Envy now starting to build up inside of A, work to get this bomb planted, but they'll have a big advantage in the retake now for Reciprocity.
And Dylan's got to be a little bit careful here. Doesn't want to get over eager. You have a couple of players starting to rush it on over.
It's Dylan!
Yeah, you don't want to throw the round away. There we go. He waits for him. Here comes the push. EMP out. Dylan opens it up with a gunfight win. Knows that's such a common corner. And well, still he goes right back to it. Dylan still alive. 2 versus 5 now. They're just going to use their numbers. Behind Dylan, who finds 3.
Oh, Lordy. Wuskin with the snipe for the first blood. Then Dylan with 3. A massacre in showers. 250 off streaks. I think he's gotten streaks in every map, or at least it feels like it outside of the game, too. A chance for more here as he is playing with swagger, with confidence, and Envy can't handle it.
He doesn't even get, like, shot at, right? Like, typically around this showers area, there's bullets flying, nades flying. He's just sliding away. Just easy pickings. Yeah, I shot once. That was it.
Throughout that whole sequence?
Yep.
No, he was, like, dodging bullets. Like, everything seemed to... What's that movie with...
Neo from The Matrix?
No, I wasn't thinking about that.
All right.
What's the one with... Bradley Cooper, where he like takes the pills, so, like sees the
Limitless.
Play out. Like I felt like he was Limitless. I felt like he was like Limitless, just seeing where the bullets at the perfect angles where they're gonna be as he's like flying in. I like that movie. 2-0 now for Reciprocity. Dylan backing it up is still working on these streaks. So get hit with the stun, but able to get it out. Zed now evens the odds. Well, sorry, he gets first blood, then Silly evens the odds. So 4 versus 4. Wuskin able to slide away with his life, so the numbers still stay here for Reciprocity. 1 person left in Assault. Can he make the play? Not able to do it. Alex guns him. Reciprocity gets hype, and that's another round for Rec.
I just heard Den just scream, nice, right? It just reminded me of Mindfreak. Yeah, I miss him. I miss the accents, the great listen-ins that we had.
I almost said the one famous one, which I'll be allowed to say on broadcast. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
I know.
Oh, that would have been bad.
I don't think Dylan ended up securing streaks, though. Maybe 1?
We'll see when we get back into it.
Actually, you got the kill, so you should have 1. No?
25 off.
25 off, okay.
Alex 4-0. Wuskin 4-1. And then Dylan at 4-0 as well.
You have a different look here from Envy, though. Maybe trying to find the rotation from Reciprocity from one bomb site to the next, but they take top middle, they back away, they're just going to go to A, and this is what Reciprocity wants.
This time, though, you don't have the 5v4 odds for the retake. I mean, you've got a 3-0 lead. Yes, you want the round win, but I think you want to get these streaks on Dylan first and foremost if you can.
Dylan or Alex, right? At this
point. Yeah. True.
That's always the tough part when two players are playing from it, though.
Yeah, we have one ICR, one SOG.
Yeah, but Dylan's like, don't worry, I'll just go ahead, and it's the same core. He's going to find the kill, and he's still alive. Again, he hasn't been shot at. Finally, he gets taken down. Decimate does find 2 kills.
Decimate goes off, but you get, what, 1 lightning on Alex, 1 lightning on Dylan?
I think you got full on Dylan.
Did you? Okay. Well, you got several streaks. You lose the round, but I think you're fine with that. Like, you're up 3-0 going into it, now 3-1. You have all these streaks to use. Assuming they can use the streaks effectively, you got to think that's going to get another round or 2 on the board. Nice little individual play there from Decimate.
That's where he has to be impactful with that SOG. Those retake situations.
Well, I mean, he's had a pretty decent series considering how Dylan's been playing. This can't be fun to be playing against Dylan in this form right now with this SOG. Ace has put away the sniper for now. Back to an ICR.
Ace is continuing to just pre-fire, now just going to get away with his life. All Reciprocity wants to do right now is plant this bomb. They can defend it with streaks, but Envy's here. Ace has done a good enough job and wins a gunfight on the Zed. Dylan's going to call in a lightning. Does find Ace, so 4 versus 4, and Reciprocity just going to rotate off that kill with the lightning strike.
Okay, they get there quick. They plant without hesitation, and they'll have a...
They can use another streak to secure the round win. Not the end of the world when you have 3 of them.
Well, Ace gets the information. Wuska is sniping top mid, so he's going to wrap it back with his teammates. Reciprocity don't go straight in for the bomb plant, so now Envy's going to have a presence
slow.
here.
Yeah, I mean, they've been slow on this rotation. Envy have a chance, and then you heard the trophy go down. So Alex has to put the nade away. He's able to find the kill. Dylan, it's a big gunfight by Silly, so you have no streaks on the board. And Envy inching their way back.
Nice.
Very slow on that rotation from Reciprocity. I know you're clearing your corners there, but...
I know. They can't see what we can. It's so easy for me to look at the main map and say, let's get this down without hesitation, get it planted quickly, and that way you'll have numbers.
That was the turn of the tides, though. Silly. Taste down Silly. Or not, taste down Dylan.
Which has not been an easy kill throughout this series, but nice job from Silly. So he's got his hair dyed gray. Assaults is dyed blonde. His gunless is still blonde. 100 off streaks now for Decimate, 6-3. Can he get some to combat what you have on the other end of it? A slow build-up now for Envy as they're looking to work towards this A site. Just hoping maybe for some over-aggression from Reciprocity or baiting out a rotation. Now they want to go.
Do have some presence here. Dens and Zed. They're going to spot those players, and they're going to back your way. Bombs being planted. Lightning strike, though. Is this going to find Decimate? It does. He gets him the lightning, but it actually finds 2 kills.
Well, the fact he gets the plant, the lightning, huge, but... Oh, my God. Now it's a 3 versus 3.
Hold on.
3 versus 3.
Hold on.
Numbers to Envy. They catch one more to make it a 3v5. Silly smokes them, and that's 3 in a row for Envy. You get the streak. You clutch up in a 3v5. Is that the round that breaks Reciprocity's back? What a moment from Silly and Envy.
Can't let that happen.
Oh,
these last couple of rounds have reminded me of like the Control, right? It just feels like out of nowhere, Envy pulls something out.
Silly has smoked Dylan back-to-back rounds too, which probably helped their chances. You got numbers here if you're Envy. Oh no, sorry, it's 4v4. Dylan and Dens. Combo to take out too. You've got big numbers here. If you're Reciprocity, you're going to play behind that. 3 now drop for Envy. Aches tagged up, gets away, but just for a moment. You still have 4 alive for Reciprocity. Bomb in the process of getting planted. And old Patty P, work of plenty to do, nothing he can do. The yellow swarm comes flying in.
Yellow?
Orange swarm.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm colorblind.
No, you're not.
Yellow orangish?
Sure.
I don't know, what do you call that color? Is it orange?
Orange? Yeah.
It's a yellow orange. I've eaten oranges. They don't look like that.
Call it macaroni and cheese.
There we see, that's closer. That's closer.
Like
Joe. Oh, now you may be really hungry for mac and cheese. Oh, darn you, Joseph.
But an important round for Reciprocity. Feel like they definitely threw that last one away, but also a big kill on the Silly, who at that point was about 250 off a streak. So now only 2 streaks on the board, 1 for Envy, 1 for Rec.
And that 8 and 10 on the minimap, Decimate and Gunless, they've gotten a lot of information in the sense that they've seen nothing towards that broken building.
Well,
so that's going to be the call to wrap this bomb across, but then the Hellstorm comes in. The timing should be great. Assault should be caught. He is. Assault drops 5v4 for Reciprocity. Dens just needs to play his life here. Can't get picked. Backs Decimate out towards bomb site. They're going to try and just get this down. Gunless then connects to the wall bang. Dens is going to fall. So 4 versus 4 now. Bomb planted. Retake chance for Reciprocity.
They're going to throw another round away where they have man advantage.
I mean, as long as Decimate stays up, you have the lightning, right? Ooh. Legs him. Can't finish him. Will the frag grenade hold true? Gets it off, but doesn't connect. 25 seconds now to work with. Reciprocity have got to make the play forward. Aches able to hit the snipe that matters. One's going to fall. Numbers to Envy.
He's on it. He's on it, though. He's on the bomb.
He's going to get the defuse. He gets it. Waskin hops it. No one gets the angle. And what a play there from Reciprocity. Joe, you look flustered.
Why don't you just use the lightning? Just win the round.
That's right. I mean, that's what I said.
Why are
they
you
backed up?
Like so greedy.
I thought for sure they were going to use it. Just make sure they get the win.
Just win the round.
It was literally my first thought when they backed up. Oh, Decimate's got a lightning strike. You had a guaranteed round win. Are you baffled?
I am. What?
Now Reciprocity. 1 more round needed.
It's just a greedy play.
I'm sending Envy packing, and their woes in search. Still here. Dylan just cruising forward for information spots and nothing. They've got a free plant. Now Envy.
Now you have to use the streak, but I don't know what you're going to find. Like, they're all inside.
Doesn't connect on anything. Stun out. Dylan hits himself as well, but somehow still comes out of it. Grabs us immediately by the pillar there to slow it down. Now 2v1 for Envy. Around that Reciprocity are going to throw away as Assault gets the defuse, and on we go in map 5.
Is this last week? What is this? This is disgusting.
Is this taking time off your life to watch, Joe?
This is horrendous. What is this game?
Oh.
I am furious for both teams.
Oh, this map.
If I am a coach, I'm finding everybody.
You're finding them?
Yes. For horrible decision making. And we're going around 10. Here we go.
Keep it going. Run it up. Oh, my. Can Envy get us to a round 11? Let's culminate in some crazy round 11 play.
All right.
We already had the Whalers play earlier. Like, we've had some insanity thus far today and clutch moments in search and destroy. Let's tack on another. Envy have played very slow pushes towards A this time. Much more ambitious. 15 seconds in, they've already pushed up to the site.
Reciprocity's been okay with this all game long, and you have one player watching the flank. Ace, he is separated from his teammates, but Dylan gets blooded once again. 3 versus 3, Waskin. Not Dashy, Waskin.
Known for his no-scoping abilities. 3 versus 3 now.
Ace is here.
Reciprocity's got to work that defuse. Dens is going to drop. 2 players left. Zed evens the odds. Silly has been in this corner for what feels like the entire game, and this time wins the one-on-one, down to a one-on-one, but Aches
just watching his cross.
Gets the kill. Round 11. Study. When I went back to the green room, I think he said round 11 NV win.
Really?
Yeah, he said round 11 NV win. I think I just heard him yelling about it.
The point man Reciprocity. The point.
Is that you, Study? Quiet down.
The point man though for Reciprocity on their retakes has been Dylan, and the rounds he's getting taken down by Silly in that round there, like they've lost, right? So
it's like he has to have an impact for them to get a round win.
Or if you send someone else, so he can make a play off of it. But then we go back to this 3-2 split that we've seen.
It's Decimate and Dylan lighting up, right? 10 for Decimate, 10 for Dylan.
And this is a little bit different as well because they've been going to A. Wuskin puts away the sniper. Wants to be a little bit more effective on the retake situations with the Maddox. And they're just keeping Reciprocity on their toes. They're seeing nothing.
Well, this time,
what are we doing here?
I think they saw somebody at least. Last time it forced Envy rotate out or rotate towards us. They see nothing there. This time there's been a presence from Reciprocity.
Okay, so you see that bomb carrier.
Yep, here
Silly's going all the way around.
This is
and
similar,
Silly,
but
if Silly
here.
plants, he'll get Grav. Alex as well. Alex needs a kill for TAC 5. You have a couple of players very close to specialists.
Dylan might get caught.
Well,
Dylan gets caught. There's the first blood. Envy 5v4. They can finally get the search and destroy win. But out comes Wuskin. Wuskin rips him off a bomb, getting wall bang, but gets out. 4 versus 4, 20 seconds. Somebody's got to get the bomb planted. Someone's got to pick it up. They're going to go for it. He checks it again. Doesn't finish the kill. Flies out. They can't get it done. Envy. Now with the numbers. Someone's got to plant it. He doesn't get it through. 2 versus 2. TAC 5 in. They run out.
He runs out of ammo! He ran out of ammo! He ran out of ammo! He ran out of ammo! What was that? Oh!
What are these round 11s today, Joe?
Horrible, but wow! What was that? He ran out of ammo. They just stared at each other. They just stared at each other in the back alley.
That was fun.
What are these games?
I don't know. I don't know.
Show me a replay, Ethan.
Yeah, can we watch
replay?
No, don't show us.
Don't show me.
Ethan, show us the final moments. Let's see it again.
Please. Okay. So, first of all, why doesn't he just keep shooting? That was not smart. Zed, though, he makes the heads-up play. I'm actually surprised at this point they even re-challenged the bomb. I don't even know if Gunless gets there in time to plant, but they push it. They had TAC 5, and then watch this stare down. Hey, I'm an ICR player, you're an ICR player, we have no ammo.
Oh my God. Reciprocity hyped after a ludicrous map 5. Dylan put on a clinic throughout that series, but I thought when he got dropped in the first blood, they
well,
were
I'll tell
in
you
trouble.
what, he had a great series. Early in game 5, he started off well, but there was that midway point. There was about 5 or 6 rounds in a row where he was just completely shut down for Envy. That started the comeback, but somehow Reciprocity, hold on. What was it, 16 now? 15? Nah, it's a lot. Wow.
Envy haven't won a Search and Destroy in 20 years. And now for the PlayStation Instant Reaction, we'll get it over to Jess with Wuskin.
Thanks, Clint. So, Wuskin, how are you feeling after that win?
Honestly, I'm shaking. I'm actually mind blown what we're doing. We're playing like AMs. It's simple as that. Playing like amateurs.
So, going into this match, what were you expecting?
Honestly, we're a team that like we'll go back and watch everyone's film before we play. And obviously, because these haven't played much, we haven't got no like anything on them. So it's just like it's a coin flip, really.
So then, for you, what's the overall takeaway?
The takeaway, honestly, I don't know. That I don't crack under pressure. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. If I lost that, then I'd probably gone home. Let's just say that.
All right, well, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you, Jess. Okay, improvement. They won 2 maps. They took it to that round 11, but they lost.
That last one was so close.
That was it. These round 11s today have been lit.
Unbelievable.
That was incredible. And then my favorite part is that Dins and Saul were just looking at each other.
Yeah.
Din's like, what do I do?
I just don't understand. Envy, we saw that round where it was going to go 4-4. It was a 4v4. They planted the bomb at that B-bomb site. They all ran back to their 18-wheeler. That's something we were criticizing them yesterday about. But unfortunately, they planted the bomb in a really bad situation, really bad place. and they don't call in a lightning strike, which is something that I was really curious about, because just to win that round, to go 4-4 instead of 5-3 is huge. And then they go to this 5-5. They get the first blood.
I mean, that was unfortunate. He just slid behind the wall there and got him off the bomb. And, you know, right here is just, there's not enough time to really, like, coordinate a good play. So they just, like, keep hopping onto the bomb, and people keep getting through ice cream there and killing them off of it. And, you know, right here is just, he just had to try, Gunless had to try to hop that bomb and try to get down.
Yeah.
They were pretty much screwed. So it was just a crazy round. Envy just wasted a little bit too much time.
Yeah, they did.
They really needed to make sure that nobody killed Silly off the bomb initially for that round to work.
Personally, I actually think that the way they were playing it today was way better. I'd rather them run out of time as opposed to yesterday and the times before where they were just rushing and the rounds were over. They were actually playing mind games in that Surgeon Troy, sitting people B at the start of every round, deciding whether they're going to go A in the mid round or B. Like, I think that Envy actually played that.
Even their defense
decently.
was a lot better.
They just they choked away some things, but they played that a lot.
It was way different than yesterday, whereas they would have one guy B and everybody would just stack A. Like, they were playing mind games. They would take their time on offense, slow playing rounds. It's just, they need to find that balance, right? Where some rounds you can play a little bit quick. Right there, they played a little bit too slow and it bit them in the ass. So if they just start to play a little bit faster, it might be in those situations, it might be better for them later in the game.
Yeah, and of course you saw Wuskin there on rec, absolutely not happy with how they did. But
I mean, if it wasn't for Dylan,
the series would have been 3-0.
Super hard carrying, it would have gone to Envy.
They lost that control somehow.
Dylan was on another level, like complete.
He's been like this for the last couple months. He's been incredible for this team. But in that series, you could just see he is an absolute all-star in this league.
How did they lose? Reciprocity's control is a problem. They're gonna never be an elite team if a guy can drop 40 kills
and still
lose.
Wait, it wasn't
and they're 4-16.
It wasn't like a fraudulent
now?
40 kills either.
Yeah, he was going off.
He would get a 3-piece in like Palace and put them in an optimal setup, and they would just get rebroken right away, and it would just be like another tussle for map control. Like, how? If a player gets 4 kills simultaneously like he does, you should have map control, and they should be spawn killing after that. They're just throwing their lives or not playing the proper positions after he's doing this damage.
He popped a 3-piece, and they went into barrels and got wiped instantly. Like, first push instantly. Like, what do these guys do when they have control? Slow down. I know we always say that teams play too slow, but sometimes when you're holding a setup, you just hold your setup. So you get the barrels, hold, and work together.
I think another one of the issues is, like, when they do get map control and control, sometimes they'll push up and they'll actively strafe and, like, try to peek and challenge those gunfights. Like, one of you can sit in a corner while the other guy peeks it, and then you can let them come to you first. Like, that's something that it's like waves. Like, you get map control, you camp, kill these guys in the back, and then you spawn kill. You just can't instantly go for the jugular and push towards their base. And I think that's what's sort of screwing them over in some of those controlled defenses.
But overall, I think we can say, obviously, improvement on the side of Envy. I mean,
sure.
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
They won 2 maps, which is better than, you know, not winning any maps forever.
They won.
So there's
really
that.
Close hardpoint. The first hardpoint, they almost blew it. It is Seaside, so we understand that.
100-point comeback.
Then they lost S&D. We expect that.
Yep.
Then they also went up against the worst control team here, so they end up getting that out. And then going into that 4th map, they just simply didn't stand a chance. Dylan and Zed were doing everything they wanted on the map, and for some reason,
I think Assault went like 6-2.
Yeah, Assault.
They had 3 players,
Assault,
double or
Silly,
triple.
and Ace.
And Ace, And then now, let's bring up our schedule. I think also I want to mention that with that loss, Envy has fallen out of playoff bracket contention. You can see it there, though, our last series of the day, United and Gen G. Envy got so close to a win. They did pick up 2 maps, but ultimately fell in that round 11, game 5 to Reciprocity, falling, of course, 3-2 there. But when we come back, we're going to talk our last series of the day, United and Gen G.